I just cannot stop laughing at myself because this to me has to be one of the funniest thing that has happened in my life thus far. This is what you call delusionally in love, crazy in love, madly in love, not a little crush, not a passing interest. Love. Love. I was completely convinced this person was my person, the love of my whole life, my forever love. But life happened. We stopped talking. Years passed. I was in a broken marriage, and because I had nowhere to put all of those feelings, I started writing on this page. That's actually how all of this started. One day I became convinced I'd found him again online. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. I just believed it. I felt it. I was sure of it. So sure, in fact, that I reached out to him in real life. We reconnected, we talked, we texted, we laughed, we built what I thought was a solid friendship. Then one day, he told me he needed space. And because I respected that, I gave him his space. But here's the problem. While he was off taking his space, I was still talking to the person online every single day, believing it was him. Hours at a time, talking, laughing, sharing thoughts, sharing feelings, telling stories, giving updates, getting annoyed, getting upset, having opinions, reacting to things, enjoying each other's presence, all while believing it was him. Now let's pause here, because this is where the story becomes ridiculous. I wasn't just talking to this online person. I was connecting everything back to him in real life. If something annoyed me online, I was annoyed at him in real life. If something made me emotional online, I was emotional about him. If something irritated me online, I was irritated with him. I remember getting so upset over something that he did in real life that I stopped talking to him online because I couldn't bring myself to speak to him. Meanwhile, this poor man is somewhere off living his life completely unaware that he is currently involved in a relationship and now an argument with his crazy online woman. Not only is he involved in an argument, I am royally pissed off with him and reconsidering our entire relationship. And he doesn't even know it. Now finally, after all this time, here I am getting over my upset, finally working on putting the incident behind us. Thinking maybe we can forgive each other and reconnect, because I thought he was upset at me too. So thinking maybe we can rebuild what we had. Maybe we can get to know each other again and see where life goes, especially because my circumstances are changing. Only to discover that the person I had been talking to all this time was a woman, a whole woman, not him, not his secret account, not his anonymous profile. A woman. I just so happened to see the page that revealed the person behind the account. A whole woman. Which means all my love, all my energy, all my time, all my emotions, all my conversations, all my updates, all my overthinking had been shared with a woman. At that point, I just sat there staring and laughing uncontrollably. Because do you know how many messages I sent? Do you know how many hours I spent talking? Do you know how much emotional energy I poured into those conversations? Do you know how deeply in love I am? And all this time I thought I was talking to him. I honestly think I am still in shock. Oh, self, you are absolutely crazy. Then another thought hit me. Can you imagine if this man actually knew how deeply in love with him I was? Can you imagine if he knew I had built an entire relationship in my head between us, long after he had been gone? Can you imagine if he knew the level of madness and delusion I had created? OMG, the embarrassment that would be. Thank God he doesn't know. Because at least now, if I should ever see him again in real life, I can act completely normal, like regular old friends. I can smile, I can nod, and keep it moving like nothing ever happened. Because according to the official records, I wasn't over here having a secret online intense loving relationship with him. I was apparently over here overthinking and arguing with a woman. I'm not going to lie. A part of me wishes it was him because I love him so much. But I am happy it wasn't because I'm not normally this type of person. I am cautious. I am private. Before this, I normally don't interact with people online, which is why this whole thing has become one giant lesson. Not about him, not about her, about me. Because apparently you don't even need another person to catfish you. You can catfish your own damn self, which I did. And if that isn't the funniest thing that has happened to me thus far, I don't know what is. I can already imagine myself years from now telling this story to my children, my grandchildren, or whoever is willing to listen, laughing at my delusional self, laughing at how completely convinced I was, laughing at how much emotional energy I invested, laughing how much I was in love, laughing at the fact that I had this poor man involved in arguments he didn't even know existed. But if there's one thing this experience taught me, it's this. I now know how deeply I'm capable of loving someone. I now know how much love I carry inside of me. I now know how loyal, devoted, hopeful, and committed I can be when I truly care about someone. And maybe that's the real gift hidden inside all of this madness, because one day, hopefully, I will get the chance to experience that kind of love in real life. Not through a screen, not through a mystery person who don't speak to me in real life, not through a story I created in my own head, but with a real person, a person I can see and feel, a person I can touch, a person who chooses me back, like I choose him. And when that day comes, I think I'll look back on this story and laugh even harder, because what feels ridiculous today will probably become one of my favorite stories tomorrow. Until then, I keep it moving, I keep laughing, and I keep living. Because according to the evidence, I wasn't over here having a secret online relationship with my forever love. I was over here arguing and chatting with a woman